Hi everyone, I am Tennesha Wood here with Flavors of Atlanta. You know, I am your matchmaker extraordinaire and I am taking you to date night at Isl Co here in Buckhead. I'm Tennesha. It's great to meet you. I am here with Joe Calloway, who's the general manager of Isl Co. And today we're going to try some amazing Australian flair. Joe, Isl Co. is Australian food. Now, I have never admittedly had Australian food. And when I heard there was kangaroo on the menu, I was a little bit scared. So tell me about, why Australian food, why in Buckhead, why now?
I think that Australian food is very approachable. It's not super outside of the box. There's a lot of overlap between American cuisine and Australian cuisine. The kangaroo is what most people, take a pause at first, but it's not super crazy. It's very delicious, very approachable. And once people try it, they realize that it's not as daunting a thing as they might have thought to begin with.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so our concept, I think, is pretty unique, especially to Buckhead and to Atlanta as a larger whole.
Right.
We offer brunch, well thought out dishes for brunch and coffee. We also stay open all day long, and then we go into an upscale casual dinner. What
makes this the spot for date night? So I am, by trade a matchmaker and a dating coach, so I am always sending people on dates. And I think one of the quintessential things you need for a date is that intimacy and having an atmosphere that you can talk about and interesting things around. So what makes Isl Co the place for a date?
Yeah, I think it begins and ends with the idea of the vibe, right? Like we bring that vibe, being intimate, cozy, friendly, and we're also really big about hospitality, so you don't really have to worry about anything else. Like you come in, you order some great food, some great cocktails, we'll take care of the rest, and we'll try to stay out your way if that's what you want.
Amazing. And how about the drinks? So cocktails are huge. People come to a lot of restaurants just for the cocktails. So what are some of the most popular cocktails here, and what how do you guys make them?
Absolutely. If anybody's ever met an Aussie, they kind of know that they love their cocktails.
Who doesn't?
Right, of course. We do here in the South too, obviously, in Atlanta as well. You're right. Atlanta is a very craft cocktail centric city. So we kind of brought that feeling too. Like we knew it was important, and we knew it was what the guests were going to want, and honestly, we love doing it. So the craft cocktails are also well thought out, but also very approachable. Some of the places around the city I love, but they can get a little avant-garde, a little experimental. So we try to bring it much down and very approachable. So our Espresso Martini is our signature. We use our own espresso. Aussies are also very, very serious about coffee.
Okay.
I've heard that there's only 2 Starbucks in all of Australia. So we take our coffee very seriously.
In the whole country?
In the entire country.
Wow. Starbucks has not taken over a single place. That is amazing, right?
This might be the last bastion.
The last place.
But yeah, so we use our own espresso in the Espresso Martini, and it's just very well crafted.
Amazing. Okay, well I cannot wait to try some of those.
We'll make you one.
So, I'm looking around and I see that this place is, very Instagrammable. So what went into the design and the thought behind that? There's a lot of plants, natural light. Like, was that something that, was all done on purpose? And if so, why?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a signature of ours to have the bright setting, the greenery. It's supposed to mimic like this idea of walking into what could very well be in Australia. Right, all the natural light. It's kind of give you that kind of beachy vibe while also having all of the greenery and plants as well.
Absolutely. So we are here in Andrew Square, which is located in Buckhead, and Buckhead is a very popular area for entertainment and food and all of that. But why did you guys choose Buckhead and this particular location within Andrew Square?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we decided to move into this specific location, Andrew Square, because there was kind of a lack of what we were looking to bring. We wanted to be kind of the Cheers of Buckhead, while not bringing that Cheers vibe, while bringing the Isl Co Aussie vibe.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to be somebody who was very approachable, that you can come to every week just for lunch. Come see your favorite server or favorite bartender, but also come here for date night and actually make it an event.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, and I think it's hard to find nowadays, like, you know, your spot or the place where you feel comfortable and everybody knows your name. Do you guys have a lot of regulars now that have really embraced it as their own Cheers?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, so we're near some very kind of high-rise apartment buildings.
Yep.
And we definitely draw that kind of crowd in. And they come and see us all the time, and when they're over at Lucy's Market shopping or getting their nails done or their hair done, they definitely pop in here quite a bit. We're also a good destination for people who know they're going to get a consistently good experience, and they know they're going to get every time.
Yeah. And that's important, you know. You want, when you have your favorite cocktail and you come into some place, like, you want it to taste like it did last time. So that's very important for the guest experience.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you guys are bringing that. So you guys also do events. You're not just dinner and, you know, brunch and all of that. You also do events. So tell me a little bit about some of the events that you guys put on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are attuned to also doing like partial store, full store buyouts. So we do large parties. We have rented out our space to larger parties as well. Every week we also do half-price bottles of wine on Wednesday, and we do live music every Thursday night.
Oh, I love that. Live music is, you know, that's like probably a huge draw for people. So like, is it the same band, or are you guys doing, you know, a different band every week, or how does that work?
We definitely mix it up. I think we want to bring a different vibe every time. That vibe still is relaxed and approachable and very friendly, but yeah, we do mix it up with new artists.
You know, for new customers walking in for the first time, what would you say are the must-haves on the menu? What should they sample?
If this is your first time here, I would say you have to start off with one of our craft cocktails. All right. A couple people come in, definitely get one each. I would say try something different. Then for food, I think the kangaroo is one that you're definitely going to want to start off with.
Because when else in your life have you had kangaroo?
100%, absolutely. And honestly, I don't think that any other place would do it quite how we do it. Then for entrees, I think you can't go wrong with an old-fashioned burger. But we also have great pastas on the menu. We have great sandwiches, and of course, that braised lamb shoulder is definitely one to come back for.
Okay, all right. I am looking forward to all of that. And how about for dessert? You know, I think when I go on a date, I want the full menu. I want an appetizer, dinner, drinks, dessert, the whole thing. So are Australians, are they known for good desserts, or what do you guys do for dessert here?
I think we definitely have a couple of really great options. My personal favorite is the affogato. Again, I said that Australians love coffee, so we have to infuse it into every part of the experience.
Espresso Martini, affogato, all of it. Got it.
Right, so we do affogato, and we add a little bit of my personal favorite, some Montenegro Amaro into it. So it's just ice cream, Montenegro, and a little bit of espresso.
Oh, delicious. So I'll wake up while getting coffee, while having dessert, which is great. Awesome. So, you know, this is a great date spot, but do you guys get a lot of couples on dates here?
Indeed we do. We get a lot of locals coming for dates. We also get a lot of like Tinder dates. I can tell. Been in the industry for a couple of decades, I can spot one.
Okay,
but it's
now
great.
I'm
We love
curious.
having them.
I am curious. How can you tell?
Well, there's an energy. There's for sure an energy. And having been somebody who's been on several of them myself, yeah, you definitely can pick up on it.
Okay, all right. Do you think that a lot of these dates are going well when they're here? Like, can you tell that?
I haven't seen one that's gone bad.
Okay, this might be the good luck spot. Isl Co might be the spot for a good date.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So this is the signature dish that we've been waiting for. This is the kangaroo. So tell me about how this is prepared and what we are looking at here.
Right, so kangaroo is one of the most sustainable hunting practices in the world. Been hunted for many, many thousands of years. This gets sent in from Australia. We are actually the biggest importer of kangaroo, strictly because of this dish.
Wow.
So we marinate it first in a little bit of tomato and tamarind. Then we grill that on skewers. It comes on a bed of herb tahini with some marinated cucumbers, pickled onions, and a little bit of sumac around the plate, just for some earthiness.
Well, my first rule of food is that it has to look good. So this looks delicious. I love the colors with the like pickled onions and the cucumbers. This looks delicious, so I cannot wait to try this.
Absolutely, you gotta eat with your eyes first.
Yes, yes. All right, let's dig in. So this is the kangaroo. Am I being too formal with this? Do people just go ahead with it with their hands?
You know, it's kind of a choose your own adventure.
Okay, okay. That is so good. It's like tender and flavorful. And it's got that little char. I love that.
I like to say it has a little bit of gaminess, almost like a venison, but it's really approachable and not as outside the box as some people might think.
You know, I hate to say it because it's so cliche. You know how people like, it tastes like chicken. It does have, it tastes like beef.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a beef flavor from it. A little bit more gamey, but it's delicious.
This comes from the leg portion, which has a little bit more fat, which is why you're getting that little bit more flavor.
Got it.
It tends to be a very lean kind of meat with a very gamey flavor and texture to begin with. So we try to mute that a little bit, tone it down, make it more approachable, and definitely make it a bit more tender.
This is delicious. I'm gonna try some of this sauce here. That's fresh. Delicious. Date approved. Date night approved.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you. All right, so oysters here, we always get North Atlantic oysters.
Okay.
These are from Virginia. We just kind of get whatever is available by the purveyors. So sometimes they'll be from New Brunswick, sometimes Nova Scotia. We try to get as far north as we can. They tend to be a little bit smaller, a little bit brinier, and have a much fuller flavor.
Got it. So for those of you that don't know, oysters are a natural aphrodisiac. So depending on the type of date you're trying to have, this might be the good dish to get.
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
You know, definitely good for a date night.
Okay. And what is the sauce that comes with this? I'm seeing some chunks in here. What are the chunks?
Yep. So this is mignonette. It's a vinegar-based sauce. It's a cucumber mignonette. So cucumber infused vinegar, just a little bit of shallots in there.
Okay. Got it.
Lamb shoulder. I'm excited to try this.
Thank you, sir. All right, so braised lamb shoulder. Here we have braised lamb. Comes on a bed of some wilted greens. I believe it's gonna be Swiss chard today. And then some smashed and fried fingerling potatoes.
Ooh, this looks delicious. I love like crispy potatoes, and when you like bite into it and there's that crunch.
Get the crunch on the outside, get the fluffiness on the inside.
Yes. I love that. Let's try. All right. And then tell me more about this sauce. You'd mentioned that this is sort of like a chimichurri, a take on chimichurri. So what is this sauce?
Right, so the sauce is very similar to chimichurri, but instead it's made with cilantro instead of parsley and some serrano peppers. So gives a little bit of spiciness, gives a little bit of herbaceousness, and then some citrusiness too.
Got it. Okay, so I have filled this fork with all the bites, the potatoes, the lamb, the sauce.
The composed bite is the way to go.
Oh wow, this is so flavorful. This is my favorite so far. If you take me on a date here, you're winning my heart. Don't tell my boyfriend, but you will.
This one's a banger.
Love that. Delicious.
Great.
Okay, so Jason, you're gonna be making us an espresso martini. I know Australians love their coffee, so I am excited to try this. So just walk us through this.
Okay, perfect. So we start with vodka. We're using a local vodka out of Georgia.
Oh, awesome. Do you guys try to keep with like local flavors, local ingredients?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
As much as we can. So right now we're using Borghetti, an Italian espresso liqueur. We do also use an Australian cold brew coffee concentrate liqueur in other Island coasts.
Awesome.
Making fresh espresso.
That smells delicious. I wish you all could smell. I'm like waking up as we speak.
Just a tiny bit of Demerara, which is unrefined sugar.
Favorite part, the shaking. I have to ask, is there a certain rhythm to this? Because I always see bartenders and they have a whole like dance that they do with the shaking.
Everybody's got their own. They got their own rhythm. Top this off with a little chalky powder. There you go.
Ah, beautiful. Cheers. And I'm up.